Hello everyone! Welcome back to another Thursday stream. It's your friendly neighbor Luka, and today we have our bi-monthly World End Table Talks podcast. That is quite a mouthful, but it is our bi-monthly podcast, and today, I read this earlier in chat and I didn't realize this. I promise this wasn't on purpose, but we do have 3 guests who are cleavers. I'm really sorry, chat. I promise it wasn't on purpose. Okay? But yeah, so today I have some very special guests with me. But instead of having me introduce them, we'll have them introduce themselves. Today we have Light, Elvemage, and Cannaaaa. Cannaaaa, if you'd like to start us off.
Hello, it's one of the 3 cringe cleavers speed players. Hello, it's me. I stream E7 RTA, make YouTube videos, and laugh at myself. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, it's me, Elvemage59. I stream at twitch.tv/Elvemage59, and I also only stream RTA. And thank you, Luka, for having me here. It's always a pleasure.
Don't lump me in with these cringe cleavers. I'm Light. I stream at twitch.tv light_E7 in like the afternoons, like evenings. Happy to be here.
Well, thank you again so much. Is that Elvemage, the standard player of the people?
Oh, my standard, my
yes. At least I'm not a cleaver in denial.
Oh.
Okay, well, we do have a lot of topics to talk about, and since I know you guys are very big PvP players, we're gonna save that for a little bit later, and we're gonna start off with some PvE topics. We're gonna ease our way in, okay? And so the first thing I do want to talk about is Ancient Inheritance. I know this feels like a while ago now, but we did have season 5, and you know, I'm wondering, what were your thoughts on that season's equipment? I believe we had the it was like health and
Injury.
And did your rolls go well? Do you remember how it went?
Okay, the most important piece, the crit damage neck went horrendous. I immediately extracted that. But I love Ancient Inheritance. It's such a good catch-up mechanic for new players and free to play. So it's always nice to have. My gear didn't roll that well, but you know, someone out there probably rolled insane.
Mm-hmm.
Are you happy for them?
I mean, it's as long as it's not a 26 speed crit damage neck, it probably won't matter.
Wow.
Like, what about you? How did your rolls go?
I'm not using any of the gear that I got. If that
neither.
says anything.
Cannaaaa?
I don't remember where that gear went for me. I think one of them went really well. I think the helmet or the sword went okay for me, but at the same time, I kind of already have the units that I need geared with injury to have injury, and I'm not. And that's like one character. It's Alencia. I don't really have anyone else to use it on. But I definitely also just speed checked the crit damage neck. To pray it was 26. I was definitely not going to use it for any of the characters that I probably would have or should have used it on.
I thought I could finally make like an insane injury ad, but that dream is still not.
Oh, cope.
Not there yet.
Maybe in the future. It's foreshadowing. Maybe a future piece is just gonna be so insane that you need the plot. You gotta build it up, right?
My left side rolled well, so just need the unit.
What kind of unit would you want though to put it on?
I mean, mainly it was Ed. I think Ed is one of the big beneficials of a really good injury set. But other than that, my Alencia. I also would like my Alencia injury, but it's hard. It's hard to get those units on injury.
That's fair. Ozaki, thank you so much for the raid. I hope you had a really good stream. Welcome in, everybody. So just real quick, Ancient Inheritance, what kind of changes or improvements do you think it could be made? Because I know before, some of the things that we've talked about that have been implemented were being able to put notes specifically on different things so people could know where to transport to properly and not waste their like stamina. But are there any other changes that or cool things for Ancient Inheritance that you would like to see?
Can I start? Can I start, please? Can I start, please?
Okay,
Please?
Connor, you can go.
Go ahead.
Please, if you are in the guild and you just so happen to wake up later than your guildmates who wake up at 5 a.m. and clear the content, please don't lock me out of the rewards if I miss a day one. I missed Season 4 Ancient Inheritance's first item, and I
No way.
wasn't even starting Ancient Inheritance at like 1 a.m. or something. I started it at like 7 or 6, and the boss was dead, and I just didn't have a Unity shoe. And so everyone, and not that the shoe was that good, but like if it was the injury something or like an HP, I would be kind of sad. Don't say no. Don't just let them die. What is it? Don't just let
How
them
do
die.
you not open the game all day? This game is
True.
your job.
I had an errand. I had stuff to do that day. I didn't think they would disappear. Like who kills the boss in 8 hours? That's
You know
That's
what,
crazy.
Cannaaaa? You know what, Cannaaaa? At least you didn't get kicked from the guild, okay?
true.
Three days
true,
before
true,
the
true.
life steal crit damage neck, okay? Be happy.
Well, I know that was something with the guild chests, where it's like you had to be in order to get the guild chest rewards, and so some people were like, oh, I wish that there was some way for us to just, if we're in the guild and we're gonna be doing it, can we get it? Because you know, or incentivizing actually beating the bosses or like the mobs.
Yeah.
I know that was
Especially-
something that was talked about last time before too.
Especially the mobs. I feel like there's literally no use to eat the mobs.
Yeah.
Wait, but there is. Like the mobs on the last floor are a catch-up mechanic. They give you like 1400 EXP if you have the right thingy.
Oh.
Ooh, light. Have you done this? Is this
Wow, the
what you
tech,
know?
the tech.
Yeah, that's how you get to level 15. You just slam the mobs and they give you a bunch of currency too.
Wait,
Okay,
no
I
one
would-
told me this and they laughed at me for being level 14 at the end.
Same,
wait, what is this? We're
same.
just they're just holding out information and tactics on us. What is this? No, hidden tech? No one wants to tell us? Oh.
Only loot goblins do this? I see. We
Okay, I
need...
might be a one. I might be a one loot goblin. Okay, I'll give them that.
Dang. I do my job now. I am a fair... I hit the boss. But yeah, also more provisions. I'm seeing some more provisions. I mean, more stamina, is always nice, right? To be able to get more. I know another thing someone talked about before is making it longer. Two weeks for some people feels too short to try and complete all the way to zone 4.
Yeah, I think even if you don't, okay, admittedly, there are some strong players in my guild that might have been directing the guild a little bit better than I was. But I think the thing that I had trouble with was that, like, if for any reason I wasn't able to log on, or if I wasn't able to use all of my energy, like, the cap that we had was only 150, which I think was, like, a day or two of not logging in. Sometimes, like, it would be the weekend, like, sometimes I'll have stuff to do where I just can't really do stuff on E7. And so I'd log on like after 2 days and I would be just at 150, but you also have to make sure you're not over capped or you didn't get any like extra provisions. And that was kind of, it's not like that big a deal, but like even if they made it just like a tiny bit bigger, like I don't know, 200, I don't think is that crazy. I don't know if that affects anything, but
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see. I saw, I think Tristan asking for an escape mechanic because their guild lost some people and then they got stuck on the floor and couldn't escape. So maybe having an escape mechanic to be able to go somewhere else.
What happened to the? Wait, I've no.
That
Wait,
does
hold on.
sound a little. Oh, not your guild, but several people in your comment section. Interesting. Okay, yeah,
that's-
maybe an escape sort of. I haven't heard about that before, but Yeah, so moving right along, real quick, one last thing in PvE I want to talk about is the romantic getaway side story that we had. That was our Valentine's side story. And I think it was the first time maybe that, from what I can remember, of having 88 gear. From the sides, like the other side stories that we had. I think it's mostly been like 78 gear. If
No, we
From-
had a pen
It was
helm, I
88.
think.
Yeah, it was a nice pen helm. I think I don't know how like Cat or Light or Elf feel about it, but the side story rewards are definitely nicer. But I think that I this could just be for me, but having so many side stories to do is actually
I miss the old
like,
side story
almost-
system. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't necessarily like. I get the idea behind it, giving more freedom for players to explore the side stories and choose what side stories you want to access, choose catalysts and stuff. That's cool and that's great.
Mhm.
But I think there was like a colliding point, especially with the romantic getaway, where I think there was like a side story before that, the romantic getaway, and then you also had to do your own personal side story to be on time. And I was doing 3 side stories, and that was crazy because I already didn't feel like I had any time to do Wyvern or like hunts or farm for altar or for anything else. And then it just collided into like side story onto side story onto side story, and then like I was clearing out like, you know, like different amounts of adventure stuff, and you can't by the way, you can't background battle that. You gotta sit in that. You can't do anything else at the same time, which I think is also kind of a different thing. But at least for me, I think the side story rewards are getting better, but I don't know if maybe there's a way to space them out more or combine them or something. I don't really know what to do, or I don't have the answer to that problem, but I definitely think that side stories could be worked on right now.
Wait, okay, so you can't side story background battle, but you can background battle huts. So
Yeah.
What do you
Okay,
mean?
but like how about we let everyone background battle everything so we could do all of the abyss or
Or
whatever
the
content you need to do.
labyrinth, yeah. Cause I'm
Yeah,
still
the
doing
labyrinth. I
the-
gotta do my
I
nightmare.
haven't
raid
done the new
one day.
labyrinth yet.
Wait, you're not talking about nightmare raid, right?
No, the new one that got added.
Oh, okay. I was saying there's no way you just skip the nightmare raid
no,
for like
ain't
this
no
much
way.
time.
No.
Okay.
But yeah, I think expanding background battling is something that a lot of people have been asking for, and that is something we will keep asking for until we get it, right? And I feel like so far there has been a pretty good track record where if you ask enough for a certain QOL, probably at some point it'll happen. Okay.
Where's using mod gems and always getting at least +1.
Okay. Well, that's also we gotta work our way up. Okay. Well,
True.
we'll get there. We'll get there when we get to QOL later. But yeah. So do you remember how your rolls on that gear for that side story went? Because I know for that one, whew, my ring, it went so well. I was actually so happy. I just don't have anyone to put it onto.
What was it again?
It was
I think HP set, right?
HP, yeah, HP set.
Mine rolled okay, like it rolled good, like mid 70s, which is nice, but a little bit spread out. But it's my ERAS ring now.
I have a max roll on each, which makes it unusable. Unlucky.
I know you can use it on
Unfortunate.
ROL, ERAS, I think, because they use ER and effectiveness.
That's true. I've been putting a lot of units on immunity though because I don't like Leica, but that's okay. Surely one of these days I'll get it.
What about you, Light? How did yours go?
I didn't even get the ring. I didn't finish the side story.
No way.
Oh.
Wait, it was like
pretty-
3
pretty
weeks
big
long. It was
ring.
really long.
Yeah, it took forever.
This
It
way,
was kind of long. It was kind of long though. To be fair, like
You had so much time.
Okay, I kind of forgot about it too.
But it had the best couple in E7. How did you not do that side story?
Honestly, I lost interest after like the first part of the side story where so I was reading the side story because I love love stories and stuff, and like after like Red and Ahmed hooked up, I lost interest, to be honest.
Okay, at least you read. I didn't read. I'll be honest.
Oh, I read
Yeah,
it.
I didn't really read either. There's some people on Twitter that are really angry about Rand getting with a mid and not Zahak
Ooh,
or
yeah,
something like that.
there is a lot of discourse around that love triangle, and I will say,
Yeah,
Hazel.
I don't really know what it is, but wow, good content, surely.
No, no,
if
no,
you-
no.
if
I
you
mean,
read.
I'm happy for them, but like, I feel like them hooking up was like the climax of the side story, and like, it was only part one, so
And you wanted it to be
Mm.
like more towards the end.
yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
yeah, you get me.
Fair. I do see that mindset, but not getting. Wait, so did you not get the pet too then?
What pet?
Oh,
Oh
my!
my
Wait, it's
God.
such a good pet too. It really is a good pet. I
The
was
Black
literally in the
Sesame
process-
Bunny?
Wait, Black Sesame Bunny's really good, Cat. I think you.
I don't know
who-
how the pet looks like, but oh my god, it didn't.
Oh my God, Elf, you're fake too. What is this? You guys don't like Black Sesame Bunny? Hold on, let me go find it.
No, no. Actually, I remember. I watched it yesterday. It looks cool. Yeah. It looks cool.
It's a cute looking bunny.
I mean-
look at this thing.
You fought someone
No
in chat
way.
foddered it? You did not.
No way, you
You
foddered
did
it.
not.
You're crazy. You're crazy. How could you
Anyways.
fodder that? It is so cute.
Yes, there was a new pet from the side story. So, we're gonna move on. We're gonna lock that's already passed. Okay, and we're gonna move right into what you guys love and what you guys like to do, PvP. So, real quick, in chat, what rank did you finish last season?
Can I answer for them? I think I know already. Starts with an L, rhymes with legend.
Yeah. Everyone in chat. Okay.
Okay, be honest. Would you answer a poll if you didn't want to answer legend?
True. Yo, I would be honest.
Imagine not being legend.
Okay, cringe mage. All good. Okay,
Dang.
all good.
So, I feel like a lot of people on YouTube they finished champ. Wow.
Oh? Huh?
Champ is that classic, right? Where you just do 100 games throughout the season, and anybody can be champion just by pressing the play button. To be honest.
Oh dang. Oh.
I
It's
think you're rank shaming now, Elf.
No, I'm not rank shaming. It's true. You literally just press the play
Wales.
button, and
Wales,
eventually you get champion.
I'll have to try that
Wales,
this
am I
season.
right, chat?
I just have to play. Okay. 100 games. I am going to play 100 games this season, and I'll tell you where I end after 100 games.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. We heard it here now, chat, okay? 100 games and champ. At least. So, we have a goal. Anyways, so we had the Triumph season last season, and we have the Indomitable season this season. Do you feel like so far there has been any changes? I know it's still relatively kind of early in the new season, but so far, have you noticed anything different?
Like this season compared to last season?
Last season, yeah.
No.
I agree. No, nothing
Like-
different.
I think even if there was like I feel like a part of what people would say is that like a lot of it's just the way that I think the arena ladder works. People don't really show up in like serious form towards until towards the end. So they could be playing anything right now, and then maybe there'll be like a new unit, a new style, or
And
new
surely
artifact to play stuff.
next balance patch shakes up things, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Surely, right?
Surely.
Surely.
I feel like it's still a lot of Conquer Lilia's mediator Coeric. You get those two, and you probably won the game.
Mm-hmm.
I finally built my hand guy.
Happy for
I
you.
waited so long.
Congratulations.
So then, let's say people were playing super seriously, what do you think would be necessary in order to kind of create change in the current meta then?
I have a lot of
Nerfs.
ideas. They would not be good ideas, but I have a lot of ideas that
Well-
would change the meta.
What do you think, Cannaaaa? Come on.
I think there is a really big missed opportunity with Frenzy Change, and I think we could do a lot of wacky stuff with it. I'm not saying they would be good, but for us to not even experiment with it when frenzies supposedly are like our game changer, or like our way of changing the game in a more safe way as opposed to directly nerfing characters. I think we could have seen something. I saw a couple of really, really, really wild ideas for Frenzy that I think, I don't know, like, I don't think having only Mage continue on into the next season was the way that we should have entered season. I don't know what season we're on, 13? I don't think we should have entered the next season, keep it 10. I don't think we should have kept the same system for
Yeah, I
Frenzy
agree.
Change going
I
into the
agree.
next
Frenzy
one.
is the way to see different units at least. Maybe the meta is kind of the same, but at least we see new faces in our games.
Yeah, like I think otherwise there's nothing else to really. I mean, like one unit would probably get countered by another unit, whereas I feel like Frenzy has the potential to change like a whole class or a whole like play style.
Yeah.
Which I thought would have been interesting.
Also, I'm gonna be honest, just nerf Conqueror, Lilias, Mediator Coeric, and especially Lua. Especially Lua. Like, that unit makes no sense. If you have the gear for it, that unit makes no sense.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Light, how about you? Do you have any thoughts on how we would be able to change the current meta?
I think it's just time for global bans already. Like,
Yeah,
and
that
that-
too.
Like Lua, like how many people have their pre-bans hostaged by like Lua, AOL, or like whatever Bellion, Zeo if you're a cleaver.
Mm-hmm.
Like why not just remove them from the game?
I would like in theory that would be easier to balance than like anything else. I mean, there's definitely games that do it differently. Like you have games like League of Legends that just keep increasing like the ban pool, or I think there's other games that also increase like the number of bans that you have. But just in general, I think like systems from other games having ban pools increase is definitely a direction you can go down, but I don't know if like global bans would be better. Like I have never really looked enough into both of them to see. But I definitely don't think that some of the characters should remain the way that they are, because we've kind of hit that extreme, I think, with characters where they do too much. Like every character, like extra turn, like almost just like a baseline, right? An extra turn is like guaranteed somewhere in the kit, either by Soulburn or by kit, and then a full team like skill null, CR push, like death pens, like ignore like you have all these zingers, and then you have characters like I don't know, like Enot. Like, you know, you have like some of these 5 stars, like dude, but like okay, how about Charlotte? Like where
Okay,
you know what I mean?
Fair enough. That one fair. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like how does Charlotte exist in the same game as some of these other characters?
But
you know, like
one
they just
thing though,
compare
like
to
these extra turn units, so many ignore ER. At least I think they like make cool combos, right? And what we need is also ways to break that combo. And I think Karina was one of them. But it's hard, right? Because they like this system of releasing a new combo unit, then releasing a unit that breaks that combo.
counters
right?
it. Yeah.
We've been on that cycle since forever.
I always thought Smilegate needed more creative anti-cleave like ML Ball, and then they came out with Karina, and I regretted it ever since.
Yeah. That character is a little crazy. But I think again, like to Light's point, I think that's kind of like with the direction that Smilegate wants to release units, like that character I think tried to do something unique, but by being unique inadvertently also just knocked out any potential whatsoever to counter, like, or like wiped out any potential for cleave to I guess like counterplay it, because they said like, oh well, now we cut 50% is a lot
Yeah.
to get for free to just cut, and then the S3 does a billion damage. It's a guaranteed well, like, you know, minus 15%. It's a guaranteed death ray. Her S1 death ray, she gets defense buff, she gets a barrier to the whole team. Like that's a paragraph, like that's a thesis.
They made the unit that you have to focus while being one of the tankiest units in the game.
Yeah, like what's going on? Like, and you can be slow too. Like,
yeah.
I don't know about that. Like, very weird.
Yeah, so maybe it's like either sort of increasing bans, like some people were saying, or having a global ban, because I mean, it does seem like in terms of units, that direction, it looks like that's just how it's going to keep going in terms of trying to create unique units, right? Units that try to do something different. You know, whether that works or not is another story. But in the most feasible way, I guess, in a way that it would be either like a global ban or adding extra bans in higher tiers. Just because in lower tiers it wouldn't really make sense, right? Because people who are in lower tier aren't going to have enough units. So it would make more sense for how they increased bans already to 2, and then maybe just increasing it a little bit more to 3 once you hit a certain, you know, point, or a global ban. Yeah.
There's only one problem with the increase of bans and global bans, is that debuffers are really strong. No, debuffers are really strong in this game. So you can abuse. Imagine we pre-ban 3 units. Just pre-ban all the cleansers and abuse debuffs.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, right? So I feel like increasing bans, we will see. We already see a lot of debuff, and we'll see like a stupid amount of debuff. And people go first and just debuff you to death, and there's nothing you can do.
I guess the only fear that I have if you do global bans is that, as opposed to like increasing well, I guess increasing bans kind of does the same, but I just think that like bans in general, at least for some of the casual friends that I have that play the game, they used to despise playing like certain gachas or other games because their favorite characters that they would want to play get banned out, and then they're sitting there like spend a lot of money or like spend a lot of time like invested on the character, and it's like, oh, pee pee poof, bye bye, which I guess is kind of just like you know, you're kind of out of luck, but just kind of feels bad, I guess, like thinking about it, because you would really have like, even with global bans, you'd probably be looking at what, maybe seven bans, right? Or 6 bans, I think. Which I guess if you rotate enough is interesting enough that you know, you would develop comps around, but that's the only thing I had a fear of when it comes to global bans.
Yeah. I think someone in chat was like, maybe we should just increase more like immunity cleanser type units as well to help with that.
For sure.
Yeah, actually, you know, speaking of units, I would like to move on into talking about the recent units that have been released. The first one being Lone Crescent Bologna. So I know there's a lot of kind of speculation about how she is going to be. So I want your first impressions and how you think of her currently.
I think, okay, first impressions were kind of weird and probably bad. On my current thoughts, I think she's one of the most well-designed bruisers they ever did. And she's like safe and good. Not broken, not bad. Like, she's good. She's okay. And very versatile, which I like.
I don't think she's very safe. Like,
I mean, it's safe-ish, right? Like, what other options do you have, right? It's more of a lack of options, I feel.
yeah, but like, she can't self-cleanse. She doesn't.
Amen.
So like, it's like she dies to arrow and hand guy, right?
Amen.
Unless you have ER for something or something.
The criminals.
Criminals. I think this is oh, sorry, go ahead. Sorry, my bad.
Like I really like her. Like I'll pick her at any opportunity, but she feels so underwhelming sometimes. Like she's fully ramped, but like, where's her damage? And then if they ban your mitigation, she dies in like a whiff. Like so many bruisers have their own mitigation. So many bruisers have like their own self cleanse, but she doesn't have any of that. Like she's pretty hard to use, to be honest, in this meta.
Imagine her with the Giselle passive of self cleanse every turn, one debuff.
Okay, Ed, let's relax there. Okay, let's calm down.
This is why we
just
have a
think about
balanced
it.
team, right?
I will say, gameplay aside, like I do have thoughts about her gameplay, but I think that one of the things that I thought was really cool about Bologna is that I think this is the first time, it's the first time in a little bit. I think that there was a lot of interest in Bologna. Like I saw a lot of like fan art and talk about like people that I know for a fact have never seen or cared about or have played Epic 7 ever, showed me like, hey, I know that you play this game. Is this like a character from your game? And I was sitting there like, oh yeah, it's Bologna. And then I mean, it's partially maybe because of the contest that we have, the illustration contest too. But like every day, it's like new insane like concept of a character into new insane concept of a character. Like holy moly, like art is just everywhere, like on timelines and discords, and it's very, very crazy, which I think is really cool, because we get to see a little more representation, like more E7, more fan art. But I think actually the one thing that I thought was kind of weird about Bologna is that, like, kind of what Kat said, like she is kind of like her limited counterpart, Bologna, where it feels like she has an identity that she's trying to counter, right? You know that you're trying to counter AoEs, or if like people use too much, or like not non-nukers trying to fight Bologna should usually die, and characters like Senya should usually die to her, or Shu. But it feels like they just accidentally cut a part of her kit out. Like, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's supposed to be mitigation or some sort of cleanse, but I just think that she looked like she did a lot of damage in the showcase, and then you take her out, and it's like, okay, well, what if you can't get mitigation or you can't get a cleanser, and all you're relying on is the fact that you have free crit chance to not die, and that's
The Bologna in the
Bologna.
showcase one-shot A Ravi with her S3, and the A Ravi had proof.
Wait, but that was not a fake showcase, because my Ravi a few days ago got one-shotted too, but she had like full stacks and like frenzy 3 or 4, so it was not
Wasn't
that
it like
wrong.
early? Like,
Yeah.
what, didn't she kill him early, or kill the or didn't A Ravi die early in that showcase? Like,
I don't think so. I think Bologna had like at least 3-4 stacks at least.
Oh, maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but
It's okay, Elvemage, you're not really known for your A Ravi anyway.
HP proof of valor. What? That's enough.
Okay, well.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah?
Wait, hold on, Kat. You weren't really known for APOC either. I don't think any of us are really known for our APOCs, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know.
Okay. We're gonna move on to the next unit really quickly, and that is a mid. I know there was a lot of buzz around her, especially around her kit. So, similar question. What were your first impressions, and then how do you feel about her right now?
Broken. Wow, what a character.
Giga
What a
fun character.
Holy, even if she's not, like, joking aside, I think she's really strong, but gotta be one of the fun. It's like Amelia, but on steroids, and
Yeah.
specifically for people who want to play funny. And I say funny, I use the term funny very loosely, because sometimes it's funny to see the whole enemy team die. But I think the character is, like, I don't know what it is. Like, I think the little speed boot, the I don't know what it's called, but whatever that buff is, that is the funniest buff I think in the game. It's just basically, if you have
The
50% CR, yeah, the swiftness. If you have built-in CR on a character, it's just taking second turn. Kisei gets to S3, S2 on the same turn. Wow, that's pretty crazy.
Definitely the
Luka
most
gets
fun
to
draft.
S2, S3. Yeah, holy moly, what a crazy character.
Honestly, though, I think she's fine. I think she has enough counters. She's definitely above average. Don't get me wrong. She's definitely very, very, very good. But I feel like there's counterplay to play around her. You can somewhat tank. You can politics. There's answers for her. So I like her. I don't think she's that crazy.
So what are your answers to her? And don't say Senya, Karina, and Politis because those are all RNG and unfun.
I use Zio. I use Zio politics. Yeah.
I see.
I
But
just
like,
killed the. I just killed the. Literally a few hours ago. East
like,
a double 22 World Championship frame with Amid, with my Zio on his Amid.
okay, but haven't you run into those cringe cleavers who pre-ban Zio and Politis, and then they'll first pick Ahmed? Like, aren't you? Like, don't you feel dead if you see something like
That's
that?
me, baby. That's me, baby.
Yeah, those prevents are rough. Those prevents you have to like, what we call outcash them, right?
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well.
I tried to tank those people out, and then I just gave up. I lost like 10 games in a row to people playing like that, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna gear some different cleave units and just outspeed them. Like that's what they deserve. Like holy moly, she's kind of insane. If you're not racing her, she's kind of insane.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. She's like the turn two killer, right? She's the turn two enabler. She enables everything if they're not interrupting you. You have to do something about her for sure.
Mm-hmm. I mean, someone in chat is saying that the meta is going a little bit too aggro again with, Elagos just coming out, a mid having just come out. So then, do you also feel like the meta is kind of shifting towards a certain play style, or is it still because we still have all the other units from previous play styles to still be able to kind of play against it? Because we all know, Cleave has I feel like Cleave has been a playstyle that's like, oh, Cleave is so strong, Cleave is dead. No, it's still here. Like, it's been a roller coaster of a playstyle, I feel like. So, how do you feel?
So
It's yeah. Go ahead.
So I feel like turn 2 players or standard players have lost all their identity to me. Like if I see you play slow, you're picking Senya, Karina, Politis, Arrowell. You're picking from a very specific full pool of anti-cleave units. Like there's no identity anymore. Like you could be any name, and if you're a turn 2 player, you're gonna pick those units. Like H-Trainer who, Kodik who, they all pick the same units. Lunao who, they all pick the same units. There's
We
no
need more
more
Karinas.
identity. There's no more identity in like a turn 2 player because they're picking the same anti-cleave. Karina Senya, Degen Politis every single game. There's no more identity.
Yeah. It's a turn-based game, right? So obviously whoever goes first is bound to win the match, and it's on the turn two player to find where they stumble to try and steal the win. The problem is we need more steal units, more Karinas, more Sage Balls. That's the only way to stop the aggro cleave. But in theory, right, because it's a turn game, whoever goes first should win.
Yeah, because it is a turn-based game.
Exactly. Yeah, it's impossible to balance that.
Someone on YouTube is like, oh, dude, we've only had like one meta of standard play except for maybe in the very early like seasons 1 and 2. So hopefully we have some more ways to kind of go anti-cleave, just because it does seem like we're going in that direction again in terms of kind of like aggro units. Well, speaking of aggro, we just had our brand new, literally came out kind of last night, Elagos. I know I've seen Elv, I saw you playing with him earlier, Light a little bit as well. Cannaaaa, what are your guys' thoughts? What are your current impressions of this unit?
I have the lowest win rate, so maybe you guys should go first. Perhaps. I think you guys had it better. You guys saw me play it, and I died pretty badly. But apparently, in the morning when you guys played it, you guys said they were broken, or he was really good. So maybe I didn't play the right team.
I still stand by the same opinion. Very hard to gear. Needs a lot of DPS. Like, who are you gonna regear, Ran or Eligos, right? Obviously, I'm gonna regear Ran because I only have one run set. But I feel like he has the potential. He's like a unit away, a bridge away from being meta. and maybe Laika will be one of those breaches. But so far, my first impression is good. I didn't lose too much with him. I had a very good win rate with him, so first impression seems good. But only a very few people can optimally play him.
That's fair. What about
Yeah,
you, Light?
he's definitely a whale unit because you need gear to make him faster than C. Lilius, and
Yeah.
if you can make a 316 Ran, that means your LA Ghost is 310, which is generally the safe speed to outspeed C. Lilius. So like between Ran and him, who are you gonna gear? It's definitely Ran, but he is really fun.
Yeah.
Like my first impressions, like my initial thoughts, I thought he was garbage. And after watching some people play him last night, I also thought he's definitely garbage. But then I played him myself, and I ran over basically anyone who couldn't outspeed me.
I was watching you. You had insane win rate with him.
Yeah, I won pretty much every game with him. I feel like one somewhere I misplay, and yeah, like if you take first turn, he'll probably kill everything. Defense break is pretty broken.
Also, he has a very weird thing in his kit. Why is his perception after the S2 damage? I don't get that.
I mean,
I'm not gonna lie. Okay, wait. Let me interject for a second as the person who for some reason can't win with the character. Like, regardless of how you guys did with him, like if you won or lost, I think that his identity feels really like, or parts of his kit feel weird. Like I know a lot of people are alluding to the fact that he kind of plays like a Closer Charles, or part of his kit where like he's relying on another person is supposed to be kind of similar to like Closer Charles. But some of the stuff that I was trying to do, like activating stuff, or like you have to make sure that someone else kills in order to get the second bomb. You can't do the kill yourself. Like I think some of it feels a little bit weird, or like he's so heavily invested in like the rest of his team, and for me that's what felt weird because I was trying to do. We were talking earlier before stream, like I was trying to Zeo S3 something and then shoot something with Elagos, and I was like, wow, that does so much damage, and then I didn't see a bomb come out, and I was like, oh, I suck. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess wrong idea, but I don't know. I don't know if maybe if all he is supposed to be is an enabler or like some sort of like a secondary DPS activated by another unit, like or similar to that of like Commander Pavel. That would be great.
So I have a theory. So when Zeo came out, he had the same problem where he doesn't bridge anything, but then they buffed Yuffie to be Zeo's bridge. So my theory is that Emma Leica, her kit looks bad. Her kit looks like it's missing something. So I'm thinking is that they're gonna emergency buff Leica, ML Leica, to get CR whenever a unit gets target debuffed, and then she's gonna be Ellie Ghost's bridge. That's my theory.
Wait, you think that Emma Leica is? Wait, I think Emma Leica's kit looks a bit crazy. She has, I don't know if she's. I think the only thing she's missing is either Gab or crit damage buff, but she has everything that you could possibly want. Oh, I guess maybe not a defense break. It's target, strip, extra turn, pen, ignore defense.
She's missing ignore ER. Come on, she's not a
ignore
23 unit without ignore ER.
That's like actually that's on like more than one hand how many like built-in aspects of her kit that she does. Like that's a bit crazy. I don't know, like obviously if her numbers aren't good enough, like you know, she probably needs a buff, but all I was thinking when I was looking at her kit was that if her S2 onto something into S3 like one-shots the unit from like full health, that character's not balanced, you know what I mean? But I guess it kind of depends if the damage numbers come out and she's good.
So I don't mean to interrupt really quick, but we are going to be releasing the survey. It is a survey week this week, so we will now be releasing that survey just real fast before we continue on. Okay? Yeah. you can go now, Light.
Oh, but her S2 can be 15%ed. So if it gets 15%ed, you do 0 damage.
But that's why she's balanced.
but that's so lame.
I kind of agree. Now that I think about it, if you do 0 damage, if you lose 80% of your damage, if you get 15%ed, that sounds pretty terrible, and you have no way to prevent that.
Yeah, the sad
That
part is that
sounds pretty.
if you get 15% and you die, it's like, it's okay, I got 15%, but I can still do this, that. No. She gets 15%, you lost, you have to top right. So that kind of like Zio, which is a little bit not fun, but you know.
True, but even with Zio, I mean, I guess it depends which build, but like at least you did the thing. You know what I mean? Like if your goal,
It did
imagine if
damage.
like imagine if Strays' S3 had like a 20% chance to like, or like a 15% chance to not pen.
Actually-
That doesn't sound very funny.
Actually-
that sounds very unfortunate.
So it's not even 15%, because are you gonna build effectiveness on this unit? Are you gonna build effectiveness
That's
on
the
this
sauce.
Yeah,
Cleaver
that's
unit?
That's the sauce. Effectiveness
Oh
ring.
no, not your effectiveness
Trust.
ring. It's not gonna kill anything. Oh no.
Well,
So,
I
like-
mean, we'll just have to see when she gets released to see exactly how she's gonna work. But you know, speaking of like changes or how units could, you know, be built, we did have a balance patch last month, and with that, the units that were affected were Ambitious Tywin, Melissa, Kisei, Fairy Tale Tenebria, Mui, Church of Ilios Axe, and Chaos Sect Axe. So I know one of like, I feel like from the balance patch, Ambitious Tywin seemed to be the kind of the standout from that patch in terms of, I feel like I do see him a little bit more lately because of it. What are your guys' thoughts?
Axe God, best unit in the game.
I hate a Tywin.
Cope,
I hate a Tywin so much.
A Tywin is pretty gross. I thought that we would hate a Tywin for a completely different reason than why I hate a Tywin right now.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, true.
And leave it to that server to come up with it too. Oh my god, dude. Oh.
You gotta explain. You have to
So-
explain.
So people are playing a Tywin full tank with Aureus, and they stall you out, and then after like your immunity buff runs out, they slam you with stuns and defense breaks, and then they just kill you.
Just
That's
draft mediator.
basically it. No, they
Yeah.
pick a Tywin plus hand guy, or they'll pre-ban hand guy and then pick a Tywin.
So we circle back to that. We need more immunities in the game,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Perfect.
Mm.
Uh,
Just get slammed.
I don't mean to take the spotlight off of a Tywin, but like, I know she's gotten 40 buffs, but like this, I know I don't think anyone here, like aside from maybe me, plays Melissa. This was I had got to be like the weirdest change I've ever seen to Melissa. Like her kit to me already didn't really make sense prior to her buff, but now you can't use her as a tank buster that curses something and then pops curse and kills on the S2. You have to hit something else. Which would be great if her S2 was like a death penning nuke or something like that. But you can't do that. You need to S2 another unit, pray that it kills so you get the reset, and then your curse does a lot of damage. Like again, I know not a lot of people play like Melissa that much, but like for the people that do, she used to be so good at just being a 1v4 carry that just doesn't die once you kill the stripper. Like you just S3 into S2 and you have time matter, you S3 into S2 into S3 into S2 into S2. But now you can't pop the curse, so you just do less damage for that playstyle. I don't know.
Are you sure you're not
I know
getting
it
gear
doesn't.
caps?
No, I promise. I was like 6k 300, 130 speed. I promise. It just
I actually
you
didn't
can't
try it,
pop the
so-
curse. I don't know. I know it's not a very popular character. I'm sorry. I'm just in my corner of sadness, writing news mantle. Unlucky.
Also, a buff I really liked about this patch, it's Fairy Tale Tenebria. I think her buff was kind of really smart, and I really like her. I'm really
Wait,
enjoying
really?
that
I
one.
hated it.
Really?
But like,
Why?
like her only weakness is that her turn 1 is insane, and then she doesn't have any juice after. But then they gave her
Yeah,
a juice
that's-
with a constant provoke.
That's why
they
she was
just, like,
bad. Now she's playable.
Are you just
Wait,
upset
okay.
you've gotten provoked a lot, Light? Is that what
She's-
happened?
She's
No,
definitely
no, I
not
just
fun.
outspeed
Yeah,
them.
to play against.
Ooh, back to his roots. Ah, yes, outspeed.
So then, you know, chat, you can answer this as well, but who would you like to see buffed in a future balance patch? I know someone in chat, for sure, there's going to be Ilyanov people. I know you're
Yeah,
there. I see
obviously.
Oh
you.
my god.
But-
It's me. I'm one of them as well.
But, okay, outside of Ilyanov, who else would you want to see?
I think it's time for a closer buff.
How about
You think
no?
so?
Wait, come on, you know. How about a visual buff for a closer?
Oh.
What do you think? What are we thinking?
Maury, I'm
Maybe-
sorry. I don't think Hua's getting a buff anytime soon.
Oh, Hua? Oh, no, Arunka? No, Arunka really does need a change. Holy moly, what is that?
Oh, I
She
see
is-
it now. It's Arunka and Ilyanov next balance patch. Change the meta 360.
You're calling it now?
Yeah, I'm seeing
Prophet
it now.
Elf.
Wow. Ill enough to handle Senya and Arunka to deal with Karina? Wow,
Exactly.
Genius,
It's-
genius game plan.
I see
Wow.
it now.
Okay,
I would like.
clip it
Yeah,
and ship
Arunka
it.
sounds nice.
Hmm.
I would like Arunka to like penetrate defense and like do more damage based on HP difference, and also get 30% damage reduction and give herself a shield every turn, and see her push on S1
Whoa.
and soul burn extra turn S3.
Whoa, does she cleanse too on that S3?
S3?
Yes.
And self-provide immunity?
Oh.
Yes.
Gain stats on S2 as well? Like maybe 50% of attack?
Yeah, something like that.
If you and
Interesting.
Kasumi were on a balanced team together, I don't know how this game would work. put you together.
But I read the kit of a unit that used to be in this game.
That's a little messed up. Weird. What happened to the character like?
Honestly,
I don't know.
bring Wa back. Honestly.
Okay.
Okay. Well, you know, speaking of units, I do want to move on really quickly. We are running a little bit short on time on QOL or non-gameplay things, and I do want to discuss a very hot topic of the community right now, which is collabs. I know people are speculating what collab could be coming up. If we are getting a collab anytime soon, what would it be? Who would it be? Are we getting a new one anytime soon? And what are your guys' theories? Who would you, if we were to bring back a collab, who would you want it to be? If it was a new collab, who would you want it to be? Chora, you know me way too well, and that I do want that.
Do you want the good news or the bad news? Luka.
Whatever, whichever, just
Okay, in my enormous cranium and my crystal ball, I see the people who have missed Milim, Rimuru. It's just Rimuru and Milim, right? Those two characters are never going to see those characters ever again. And I'm sorry to say it, but it's just a hunch, just a hunch. To be clear.
You really think so?
I don't know why.
Elf, what do you
I
think?
feel like there's a 0% chance. Like I don't
Are you
even.
so negative?
I don't want to be negative about it. It's just, you know what? What if we get something else? I just don't think we're gonna get Milim and Rimuru. I don't know why. I just feel like we would have. Like it's not like people didn't pull for them or anything. So if anything, I think they would have come back sooner. So I just.
I'll tell you something though.
Sorry, I
In
think we're gonna get them.
in a heavy guiding light meta, not having Milim kind of feels bad. Not that she's like the best unit in the game, but she's very decent. She's pretty decent in the meta, especially for turn 2 players. And not having her feels kind of bad. So I feel like I don't know if we'll have a rerun, but that's the rerun I would like to see happen. New players don't have her, right? Don't have those units. Yeah.
I need a ReZero rerun so I can put Guardian Ice Crystal on every Soul Weaver, because that thing is not okay.
True. True.
Double is so broken. Two of them?
Okay.
Oh my god.
So, Light would like to see ReZero. El wants to see Slime. Cannaaaa, who would you want to see come back?
Come back?
Yeah. Dang,
I mean,
you
I
don't want
guess I
any
would
of them
maybe.
come back? You just want a new one?
I kind of have them. Okay. For the people, I know a bunch of you guys were Roy non-believers, so let's get Full Metal Alchemist back so we can pull some more. That
I
Ed
need to-
character is also really broken too, huh?
I
would
need
like
to
this
SSS
Ed
my
character.
Roy, so I'm down.
Oh my god. Oh, I also need Roy's artifact. That artifact is crazy.
True,
I
true,
love Roy's
true,
artifact.
true,
Holy
true.
moly, that glove is broken. Holy.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Now, the real question is, if we were to have a brand new collab, right? Who would you want to see?
Ooh,
Any mecha, please.
Any
no,
mecha?
no
Any
mechas.
mecha.
Come on,
No
it's a
mecha.
fantasy game.
No.
Please,
No.
mecha.
Darling in the Franks.
Okay,
Oh
okay,
my
down in the
God.
Franks, sure, I'll give you that.
What? What?
I'll
What
give
is
that
this?
one.
What is this fake mech hater? What is this? An exception for Darling in the Franks? What do you mean,
Yeah.
Elv? What does that even mean?
Because
Huh?
it's the best anime. What?
Oh, I've
Ooh.
never agreed, but also like, oh, I want to agree with you too, but you were giving off such a weird vibe right now. Well, like, why do we? What is this? What is this? If I could just have Zero Two as a character, oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
What, you want to turn her? Did you want her to like turn into a giant unicorn for her SG
Yes.
or something?
Yes. Perfect.
Get him off.
Dude.
But really, what do you think about the like a transform like Tamarine? Like, yeah, I think
Ooh.
we need a new Tamarine transform character that can
Uh-huh.
do it turn one. I think that would be fun.
Oh, that would be kind of cool. Like, how about you? Who would you want to see as a brand new collab?
Any popular anime as a collab is probably good. Like anything popular, so like it will actually attract people. Like what is Guilty? I thought collabs were supposed to like attract new players, but like what is a Guilty Gear? Well, I had no idea what
like,
it was.
you might want to be careful with those
Whoa.
words.
You're throwing shots at the
That's-
FGC community.
Ooh, that's-
Kat.
Who?
Ooh.
Who?
Ooh.
Whoa!
I'm with Lightyear. I'm with Lightyear. I'm sorry.
Yo,
Can we-
if you're a light
Disclaimer,
sub,
I am
if
not
you're a cat
affiliated
sub,
with
you
the-
might wanna.
Can we get like something mainstream like
FF
Bleach?
collab. What Final Fantasy
Who?
collab? That would be.
Wait, which one? Which one?
I don't know. 8. It's my favorite.
What? I don't even know who's
Hey,
in
he-
8. Kat, do you know who's in 8?
Is that the one with like the Leon guy?
The Gunblade.
Oh yeah. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Of all, you say mainstream, and of all the things you want Final Fantasy 8.
I
Huh?
said Final Fantasy, but if you
Well,
if you ask for a specific one, 8.
We had Slime, we had Full Metal Alchemist, and we have ReZero, and you're like, we need something more mainstream. Final Fantasy 8.
Mainstream is good. Mainstream
Yeah,
is
no,
good.
I agree, but like, maybe I haven't watched it yet, but Eminence and Shadow, Attack on
Who?
Titan, Okay, whatever. I mean, like, it is what it is, I guess then. But I mean, those are ones that are pretty enjoyed, right?
Mm-hmm.
JoJo.
Well,
JoJo
I think
collab.
Eminence is a little bit not as well known, or is it? Because I've read the manga, so I haven't exactly watched the anime yet, but I know it's like this season's anime, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, but I mean, Attack on Titan is mainstream.
Oh my God! Wait! I take it back.
That's
Oh my
a
God.
banger.
Give me Makima. Oh my God, Chainsaw Man, please. Oh my
He
God,
forgot-
please. Oh,
he
such a
forgot the
banger. Oh, I
one-
give it up. Oh,
No, just
on.
imagine Eren transforming into a Titan and then having new skills and then transforming.
wait,
back
that would
and
be
having
kinda
other
sick.
skills.
That would be sick. That would be sick.
I won't like show it, but there's
You know what it is.
there's
Put that
representation.
away. Put
You
that
know what I
away.
mean? There's representation. You know what I mean? I
I
won't show
didn't know
it, but there's
dogs were allowed on this
representation.
podcast.
And he forgot. He forgot his waifu. Is that a true fan?
I would even take Himeno.
Ah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm.
Kinda
I'm just saying.
sus.
I'm just
You
saying.
forgot.
Just saying.
You literally had so much time, and then doesn't even mention Chainsaw Man. But I'm just
I
saying.
got new glasses. My vision is blurry. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Weird things happen. Weird things happen. You know.
But yes, unfortunately, that is gonna be all the topics and time I have for you. But really quickly, we are gonna be having the guests choose some people from chat to give away some Sky Stones. We will have Light be choosing from the Twitch chat, and then Elv and Cannaaaa from YouTube chat. Since I know we had a full Twitch cast today, so I do want to give some more love to our YouTube chat. So please choose someone from chat to give some Sky Stones to. However, how you want to choose is up to you. Let them know how you want to choose them. So, Light, you can start first.
I don't know. Okay, first person to call me Meowster in chat.
Oh, you...
Ping me and call me Meowster.
You
Big
have
for
to
it.
ping him. You have to ping and say Meowster. Ping him as well.
What? Wait, you really complained about what I did? And you're asking people to call you Meowster, by the way. Like, it was... Okay, buddy.
Did you see? I saw someone. Did you see? Light?
Wait, I'll choose the first one that mentions me. Okay, let's see.
And then-
Okay, it was Kitsukoi.
Can you spell that, please?
Yeah, I'll type it out.
Oh no, Kitsukoi. 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 Feeling like I'm in a spelling bee. Okay, Elf, do you have how you're gonna choose your person?
Okay.
From YouTube chat. YouTube chat.
Yeah. Let's see if I have anyone on YouTube that watches me. The first person to say my catchphrase on YouTube.
That's weird. I'm seeing usernames from Twitch on YouTube also. That's really interesting. That's odd.
What's Elf's catchphrase?
Okay, it's Consteve.
Oh my god.
Consteve. Consteve.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Cannaaaa, last.
Okay, mine
You're
is
gonna be
from
choosing
YouTube
though.
too, right?
Yeah, YouTube as well.
First person to say Makima is a based waifu. Yes? With no flaws. Have to include the
Ooh.
no flaws part. No flaws part.
Why are you making people lie?
Okay, Meowster. Let's calm down, all right? One of these is not like the other, okay? Okay. They can't lie.
I'm good. Lie.
How about let's do Stefano. Stoofano.
Stefano. Okay. Unfortunately, I will not be choosing one. That is gonna be all of our winners for today. Please message me on Discord with your in-game name as well as your server, so that way I can get you those Sky Stones. Okay, so remember, message me on Discord, or you can message me on Twitch as well. Either or works, so send it there. Okay, and that is everything we have for today's stream. Thank you, chat. Thank you to our lovely, lovely guests for being here with us today. If you can shout yourselves out one more time, starting with Light.
Thanks for having me. I'm Light. I stream at twitch.tv, Lighty7, afternoons in the US, evenings in EU. Bye.
Okay, thank you so much for having us here. It was fun. I stream at twitch.tv/Elvemage59, usually afternoons in EU, end of morning US and nights in Asia. And yeah, thanks so much. It was fun.
It's Connor. Hello, or twitch.tv/Cannaaaa with 4 A's at the end. Sorry, the name is really confusing. I stream on Twitch. I make YouTube videos, and you can usually find me either on YouTube or around the afternoons in the I'm not good with my time zones. I'm pretty sure it's afternoons in the US, nighttime in EU,
Yeah,
and
nighttime.
morning, late night for Asia. Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Thank you again so much. We will see you all next week for Orbis Overdrive. Goodbye.